The pose of the day today is seated pose. Now, what the heck am I talking about? I'm already seated. I know how to sit. Cool. But seated pose is actually a yogic pose. So usually you'll see it on the ground. Sometimes they'll call it easy seated pose or a sukhasana. But getting on the floor is not accessible for everybody, and it's certainly not easy. So I hate when they call it easy seated pose. So you can do it in a chair. You're still activating. So it's an actual pose. I'm not just sitting here, right? So I'm sitting up nice and tall. My feet are planted on the ground directly below my knees. So the thing I'm not doing, I'm not crossing my ankles. I'm not bringing my feet together so my knees splay out. I'm not doing anything weird with my feet. They're just directly below the knees. Now I'm seated, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, no, they really should be directly below the knees. So directly below the knees. Okay, so from here, we are activating muscles. We are actually activating things. So we're not just like chilling. So as I'm sitting here with this nice 90-degree angle, I'm going to make another 90-degree angle at my hips. So my pelvis is nice and neutral. Think of it as a bowl. So I don't want it to be tipped forward. I don't want it to be tipped backward or like this where I'm tucking my tailbone under, but I'm sitting up nice and tall. I'm not sitting up tall like this and jetting my chest out forward, which is kind of a natural habit for people because they feel like that's sitting up tall. So just kind of check in with your body, notice where you're at, sit up nice and tall. For me, I'm in a wheelchair, so my arms need to be here. That's the most comfortable thing. But wherever your arms is fine. Like I can't fit them in because I'm a big girl, and I don't want them to the side. So I still want them to be at a nice relaxed angle for where my shoulder is. If you're on the ground, you can have them in your lap. You can have them at heart center. Either is fine. You can do heart center now in a chair as well. But I have mine on the chair, and I'm going to take my finger, press it into my chin. This actually kind of lifts the occipital bone, which is this big kind of ridge in the back of your head. So pushing in the chin kind of lifts the occipital bone, and believe it or not, that is your actual anatomic neutral in your spine, which is super cool. So I do that, so my spine is now actually truly at rest. It's in its own anatomical neutral position, which is not that usual, because when we're talking, our head is lifted. Even when we're sleeping, we're on a pillow or whatever. So there's always a little arch in our cervical spine, which is your neck part of your spine. So pushing that chin back, lifting that occipital bone, places it in a nice neutral position. So this is your seated pose. So my shoulders are pulled back just slightly. Shoulder blades are slightly pulled together, but they're not tight. So I'm not opening up or pushing my chest out. I'm just bringing my shoulders back into neutral, which feels like you're pushing your chest all the way out, but you're actually not, because we tend to slope them in. So you're actually just opening them up. That's it. So this is your seated pose. From here, you can do your breath work, you can do whatever it is you want to do, but this is your beautiful seated pose for meditation or pranayama. I hope you enjoy it. Try it and let me know what you guys think. Have a good day.